Caitlin Clark is the only woman in basketball to ever sign with Wilson Basketball, and she's the only athlete since Michael Jordan to do so.
If we're comparing a Caitlin Clark signature shoe release to anybody not named Michael Jordan, anybody not named LeBron James, you're being extremely...
Fans of basketball, fasten your seatbelts because the recent events have the potential to completely upend Nike. After bombshell news rocked the sports world, the billion-dollar empire is taking a huge hit. And it's not a rumor this time. Executives at Nike's headquarters are reportedly in a panic as the corporation reaches an unexpected turning point. For years, the multinational sports conglomerate valued at more than $200 billion thought it had acquired the ultimate superstar, a female Michael Jordan. For a generational talent who might revolutionize women's basketball and propel Nike's future for the ensuing 10 years, Caitlin Clark's historic 8-year, $28 million contract was viewed as a steal. However, the plot twist appeared later. Nike's entire marketing staff was taken aback when the basketball brand Wilson unexpectedly released an ad that was so potent and emotionally intense. Wilson was able to take center stage and alter the course of the game in a matter of minutes.
You strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
The story becomes crazy at this point. Wilson made a statement without using shoes. He made use of basketballs. However, the influence has the potential to drastically alter the sport's marketing environment. To see why this is important, consider Nike's current situation. The company's valuation has decreased by more than $100 billion since 2021, and for the last 3 years, both its stock and public image have gradually declined. Even after Adidas severed relations with Yeezy, growing criticism prompted investors to call for a change in leadership, which resulted in the CEO resigning. While Nike continued to falter, the brand recovered. Sales are expected to drop by 11.5% this quarter, to $11 billion, according to financial analysts. This is the biggest decline since the 2020 pandemic downturn. Although experts like David Schwartz of the Morning Star cautioned that dazzling new designs won't make up for years of strategic errors, Nike's new CEO, Matthew Friend, vowed a daring comeback. Nike must start a completely new, multi-billion-dollar product line in order to recover, which might take years. Enter Caitlin Clark, a generational talent who is twice as well known as Angel Reese and 4 times more popular than any male collegiate star across all major brands. Adidas under Arower, Curry's label, want her. Nevertheless, she honored the company that contributed to the formation of her college identity by selecting Nike. Her signature sneaker, which was expected to revolutionize women's basketball, was much anticipated by fans. Wilson was set to unveil her signature line first, however Nike's schedule postponed the release until 2026 or 2027. All of a sudden, the game was entirely different.
But today was the Nike quarterly call, putting to rest any rumors that A, this wasn't a done deal, and B, there are renegotiations at the table. Something that this did clear up as well, it's looking like Caitlin Clark's shoe is coming in.
Unbelievable. A 2 to 3 year shoe development period. That is ridiculous. Nike was so committed to signing LeBron James in 2003 that they began creating his signature sneakers even before he signed. Under the covert code name Air Zoom Generation, he made his NBA debut. It just took 3 months from the drawing board to the courtroom. Nike used to work at that level of speed and accuracy.
Comparing a Caitlin Clark signature shoe release to anybody not named Michael Jordan, anybody not named LeBron James, you're being extremely disingenuous. Extremely disingenuous. We can't compare abnormality to normal behaviors. We can't compare the extreme case, the rarest of the rare case, to an average Joe Schmo walking down the street singing do I did it dum diddy do. We can't be doing that. We only compare Clark to Jordan, Clark to James, Clark to Tiger, Clark to Gretzky, Clark.
A startling 3-year delay has replaced Nike's previous 3-month design cycle. A blatant indication of serious problems within the organization. The instant Caitlin Clark signed her contract, the argument became more heated. She had yet to play a single minute in the WNBA. Was scheduled to receive her own sneaker before Wilson. Many questioned the reasoning, but fairness is not a factor in business. It has to do with what sells. For instance, Allen Iverson sneakers sold far more than Tim Duncan's, despite Duncan being an incredible player. Duncan was unfazed by Nike's 2 attempts to introduce his collection. completely cognizant of the business realities. Wilson, meanwhile, is another matter. She is the star of Nike's advertisements, billboards, and promotions. However, her candid remarks on privilege and white athletes have caused uproar. Despite her undeniable talent, her statements make headlines just as much as her dominance on the court. She even implied in a recent interview that Paige Buehr's success is related to her privilege, which fueled the continuing controversy.
It reminds me a lot of you. Like, it's not really about me. You know? And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at that. Like, she understands her privilege and like, pushes her over the top and everything.
Then another startling turn of events occurred. The USA Olympic team did not include Caitlin Clark. The official explanation was that she hadn't yet earned it, but history reveals a quite different picture. When Christian Leitner joined the 1992 Dream Squad, he had never played a minute in the NBA. Diana Taurasi's stats were almost exactly the same as Clark's when she joined the 2004 Olympic team. 20 years later, Clark was still left out. She gave a very clear statement on the court. She led nearly every statistical category, placed fourth in the MVP voting, won first-team All-WNBA honors, and raised viewership to previously unheard-of levels, dominating the WNBA like few rookies ever had. Each game drew over 1 million viewers, more than tripling the league's typical viewership. The Washington Mystics were forced to relocate to a bigger arena after her postseason debut broke attendance records. She redefined what a superstar could accomplish and broke records everywhere she went. In the end, even Team USA had to acknowledge that it was a mistake to leave her off the list. In the meantime, politics and uncertainty hindered Nike's ability to manage its most valuable star. Wilson then launched another attack. Their most recent advertisement was more than just promotional. It was the best kind of storytelling. Starting just with the game itself, devoid of lights and sound, it evoked the unadulterated happiness that fans recall from their early years. Wilson depicted basketball in its most unadulterated state. Sentiment, love, passion, and nostalgia. Nike, on the other hand, attempted to appease everyone but failed. Wilson's campaign revolved around Caitlin Clark, the only athlete since Michael Jordan to command such a partnership and the first woman to work with the company. The slogan is straightforward and memorable. Caitlin is a constant basketball player, strong, straightforward, and a major blow to Nike. In order to produce goods that felt true to Clark, Wilson painstakingly examined every aspect of her, including her personality, style, favorite colors, and eccentricities. The campaign was considered as one of the most influential basketball commercials in recent memory when it debuted on June 23. Unadulterated, sincere, and driven only by passion for the game.
Like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season. The commissioner told her that she could make
Wilson releases a stunning advertisement featuring Caitlin Clark, and Nike's silence about their biggest female basketball player becomes overwhelming. Nike hesitates, letting the ball business steal the show instead of making a statement with their iconic footwear. The contrast is harsh. This is what occurs when eyesight is obscured by dread. Clark agreed to an 8-year, $28 million contract with Nike. An incredible deal for a player who has already enthralled fans and sold more stuff than any other in the history of women's sports. However, Wilson, a rival that Nike never saw as a danger, has gained attention as a result of Nike's reluctance. The irony verges on cruelty. Nike used to rely heavily on fearless symbols. Athletes like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, and LeBron James changed culture in addition to dominating sports. Nike is too mired in corporate politics to see Caitlin Clark's burning desire. Wilson, however, is fully aware of what they possess. They are doing more than just putting Clark's name on basketballs. They are narrating a tale of sincerity, skill, and unadulterated passion for the game. Their marketing exudes confidence and celebrates achievement without caving into public opinion or social media pressure. The most terrifying aspect for Nike is that Wilson's advertisement is perfect. It is more than just impressive. It is everything that Caitlin Clark stands for. Her tenacity, her honesty, and her bond with admirers. There is only the sheer delight and nostalgia of basketball, the same kind that initially inspired people to fall in love with the sport, rather than any agenda or dispute to sort through. Nike has yet to live up to the iconic marketing. The reaction has been explosive. Wilson's commercial has gone viral, garnering millions of views, countless shares, and accolades from marketing experts and fans alike. It demonstrates a straightforward fact. In contemporary sports, branding, emotion, skill, and authenticity are crucial. Once you grasp those three, everything else becomes clear. In contrast, Nike is immobilized by dread. Because they are so concerned about public criticism, they are passing up the biggest marketing opportunity in women's basketball history. Wilson is forming a long-term alliance with a generational talent that has the potential to transform sports branding for many years. The basketball community is keeping a close eye on this. If Nike doesn't take action, other businesses will emulate Wilson and pay tribute to their own celebrities in a manner that Nike won't. Wilson has demonstrated the process. Their advertisement was spot on. Wilson is creating history while Nike is fixated on damage management in both sports and business, so the company needs to act quickly. Either you step up to the plate or you lag behind. Wilson is making the decisions at the moment. And this is only the start. There won't be a nightmare for Nike. It has already arrived. How do you feel about this?